İlmenu Teknik Üniversitesi'nden Profesör Doktor Martin Löfeos.
And I also want to express my heartfelt condolence to the victims, their families, and all the rescue teams from Turkey and from all around the world who came together to ensure that what we are now talking about, the very successful rescue efforts, and to also remind you of what you already know, that Turkey is stronger than ever. I would just come to this from a perspective of someone who is very much interested in the cultural sensitivities. But we'll start first with, in any kind of crisis, it is very important to gauge the crisis. What kind of crisis is it? And I use a very simple acronym, GMER: gauge, mitigate, execute, and review. And all of these are aspects that those of us in crisis. And we've seen that in action with international collaboration, very effective international collaboration. And something else to mention is that these are relationships that were developed before the crisis. Again, a very important aspect of effective crisis communication. What I've learned in my research in crisis communication, like we all know, is that clear and timely communication is essential.
The question is, and that's a question we also have asked in several empirical studies, are organizations taking evaluation seriously? Because taking it seriously is a very important step in order to prepare for the next crisis. I think another aspect which I observed, or we observed in our recent studies, is everyone knows that in a situation of crisis there is an information overload, which is a challenge for organizations, for media, for the first responders. I think it has been mentioned also this morning.
Well, disasters has been a big part of my life, and still I'm seeing what's happened in Turkey is such enormous that I can really feel the impact also personally about misinformation. This is also things that can be learned, how to deal with it. The human mind is very capable, and we are all individuals working together in this world. And if we have the right tools, we can deal with a lot of misinformation. We can deal with a lot of fake news if we are trained in it.
Strategic communication for long-term sustainable solutions in crisis and disaster contexts must begin with making sure everyone has a seat at the table to be seen and heard and valued.